Hello again everybody and welcome back to Fujit's Blitz, and this is Ace's Gallery for the second week of February 2019, part 2. And just like part 1, we have got some fantastic gameplay to show you. So first up, really good friend of mine, the Silent One Reborn from the Clan Lager, rolling out in the Type 61, the Japanese tier 9 medium here on the EU server. Rolling out on one of my favourite maps in the game, Canyon. And he's in one of my favourite positions in the game, this middle hilly type thing in the map Canyon. I mean, it's a great position. Now, the Type 61 is a really cool tank, funnily enough. I'm not going to go into all its parameters, but I'm not surprised that he's in this position. It's got gun depression of 10 degrees. Not only that, it's got a really good aim time of just over 1.5 seconds. Got a relatively good reload time of just shy of 8 seconds. Will dish out 350 damage on its standard ammunition, which is APCR, with really good penetration of 245. Its premium ammunition is heat. Now, as you can see here, the Silent One Reborn has already managed to dish out quite a bit of damage, but this is nowhere near finished. I mean, okay, sometimes you're going to struggle to pen some of those bigger tier 10 tanks, and don't forget he's in a tier 9 tank, and he's going to struggle with the IS-4, but he gets a good shot into there. He's already done 1,194. Oh, there's an Object 268 trying to flank. Oh, what can he do? Well, he's going to put some pain into him. The turn of speed on this thing is pretty nifty. It's a good all-round medium, and the Object goes just shy of 2,000 damage. Like I was saying, don't forget, this is realistically a tier 10 game. There are a lot of beasties in this game. The Type 61, however, really can hold its own. It's a good all-round medium. A lot of people sort of criticize the Japanese tanks. I like their medium line, which is a benefit really, because they haven't got any TDs, light tanks or heavy tanks in the upper tiers. Bit of a stupid thing to say, wasn't it, Fujit? The Silent Reborn is doing really well here. He's done 2,300 damage. This is one of these type of mediums that you are most effective peaking and booming. Oh, that's a great shot right into the front of that E100. I love the way that Silent Reborn plays this, because it goes to show how you should be playing this type of tank. Peaking and booming and always being somewhere where you can back away into cover quickly is exactly how you should be looking at playing this tank, guys. He's not gone YOLOing in, he's been a second line support. And this is what people forget about mediums. They're not meant to be realistically on the front line in the thick of the action. They're meant to be in the thick of the action in a supporting capacity. Now, when you play a medium like this, you get to see how effective mediums really are in the game of Blitz. And if more people played their mediums this way, more people would love their medium tanks. I mean, this is fantastic. 3,587 damage. He's taken 2 kills. And I keep having to stress this. This is a tier 10 game. This tank is realistically punching above its weight. And it is holding its own pretty well indeed. Look at this. Boom! 316 into that Object. 140. I mean, the poor sod didn't know what hit him. And now, the Silent One Reborn is actually going to chase him down. It's brilliant. And he wastes him. 4,243 damage. Perfect. A well-deserved mastery and spectacular gameplay. And I'd really like to thank the Silent One Reborn of Lager for sending that replay in. Next up, another friend of mine, we've got OskarKruger of PC101 clan, rolling out in the Borsig, the German tier 8 TD on the Asian server. Now, before I go into the tank itself, I don't get many replays from the North American, Asian or Russian servers, so I'm really chuffed that OskarKruger and some of the other guys from the Asian server and the North American server sent me their replays in, because it's great to show the gameplay on the other servers, not just the EU. OskarKruger is going out in one of my favourite tanks, funnily enough. I love this tank, I really do. I call it the Rumby Vit only because I just don't want to call it the Borsig, and I'll give it a bit different. And that is a fantastic kill. I mean, the poor Borsig on the other team thought he was safe. Clearly he was not. That is a fantastic kill. And if you look at the replay, he's caused 0 damage because it doesn't register because he dropped off the map before he took the shot. It will show at the end of the game though, in the overall battle results screen. Now he's got the CDC in his sights. Look at this for a shot. That's the dispersion on these big derpy gun TDs for you. I mean, it was optimistic at the best of times, Oscar, but fair play for giving it a really good go. He's rolled back, they know where he is, but he's reset his camo. They're probably sat there thinking he's not going to do that again. Oh, how wrong you are. And the CDC hasn't moved. That's brilliant. Boom! 1,000 into you for being a dummy. You thought that I wasn't going to go back there. You actually got into a worse position than what you were in previously, and now you've been punished. That is why I love this tank. For its tier, okay, it's got pants armor. It really has got pants armor. The mobility is actually not too bad for this type of TD, but its gun is, in my opinion, spectacular. I mean, look at that, it's just gone. The T-34-2 is out of there. 1,527 damage so far. He's killed 2 tanks. He almost killed the CDC, which would have been brilliant. Look at this poor VK. Goodbye. Another 400. I mean, seriously, I know a lot of people complain about the Borsig. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people think it's naff. The tank itself is not naff, in my opinion. It's the way you play it. Now, not many people play it like OskarKruger, to be fair. They don't normally roll out of cover. I think you get more effective gameplay out of this thing when you play it like this, slightly aggressively. Okay, we all know with HE you're going to murder it, but look at this. Kill number 4. He's now done over 3,000 damage. The game is over. That is a fantastic game. And this is how I think you should be looking to play this tank. And I really think that's a well-deserved mastery. And 3,912 damage, because obviously we didn't see the the Borsig that he killed earlier. I'd like to thank OskarKruger for sending that replay in. It was a pleasure to watch. Next up, Mark Collins of the clan Grave, rolling out in another one of my favourite tanks, the E50, the German tier 9 medium tank, again on the EU server. Now, the reason I love this tank, you don't need to shoot anybody, you just go around ramming them if you really wished. I mean, it's a beautiful tank, and it's as tough as nails. I mean, this is literally a tank that will go out and headbutt everybody, just for shits and giggles. I absolutely love the E50, and it always makes me laugh when people pan this tank. They say, oh, it's a rubbish tank, it's not very good. I think it's fantastic. Very good friend of mine, Psycho Vag, who has a YouTube channel. I suggest you go and check him out. All he does in his E50 is go around and rams people to death. It's brilliant to watch, and this tank has the ability to do that. It really does. You don't need to just use the gun. You can ram people. And Mark Collins is doing a fantastic job here. He's been in the thick of the action there. And look at this. He's already done over 1,500 damage. He's already taken a kill. And now he's given this E100 the hardest time possible. Goodbye, E100. You've got to be going. Surely. You're going to shoot him. Oh, he bounced it. What a damn shame. E100's gone eventually. Fortunately, Mark did not get the kill. However, it doesn't matter. He's now capping the base. He's been in the thick of action. He's already got a shot. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Boom! 425 into that waffle tractor, which is actually a really high roll if you consider that the E50 is not pushing out a shed load of damage, to be honest with you, because it's got a really fast reload. He's now put another quite high roll into the waffle tractor, 2,495 damage. This tank is so versatile. Okay, he's lost a few hit points, but again, he's in a tough game. This is the tier 9, tier 10 game, and some of the tanks he's been up against are pretty formidable. The waffle tractor is a pain tank. I mean, look at this, look at this, look at this. Oh, you missed that one. Didn't get there in time, but he takes the shot into that one and bounces. He's been up against a VK45. He's been up against an E100. He's capped to base. He's done 2,400 odd damage. Okay, he's lost some of his hit points, but he's still in the game, and he's still an effective machine. Big roll into the object. Push him. See, ram everything in an E50. You just need to ram it all and you get shed loads of damage. He's now shot up to 3,000. Love this tank. Okay, he took a lot of hurt there to himself, but everybody loves to watch an E50 ram something else, and it's just a brilliant tank to do it. Come on, take him out. Oh, great roll into the side. Oh, and the AMX is gone. I mean, I love this tank. I love this game. It's fast-paced. It's how an E50 should be played. Okay, you could all roll back into the garage with no damage. But fun he must be having in this tank, in this game. That's the idea. You know, the idea is to have fun, guys. Is to enjoy the game. And I bet you Mark Collins really enjoyed this gameplay. I bet you he really loved rolling out on this map, in this E50. And this game, he was really chuffed about. And it made him smile. And that's what I like about it. Tanks like this and gameplay like this do give you the ability to put a massive smile on your face. There we go. He's only killed one tank. He's taken a cap. He's done 3,779 damage. He gets a well-deserved mastery. I mean, that is a beautiful game, and I'd really like to thank Mark Collins for kindly supplying his replay, because it was a well-deserved mastery. Next up, really good friend of mine, Fizzy 11 from the clan Spawn, rolling out in the BC25T AP, the French Tier 9 light tank, yet again on the EU server. Now, Fizzy has been in some of my replays before, normally in an ISU 152. He loves the ISU 152. And if you watch the replays for last week, he was in one of those for the ISU 152. And here he is again. This time, it's like chalk and cheese. He's gone from a TD to a light. And I love all the back chats, to be fair. The French light tanks are spectacular. Their ability to be an absolute pain in the backside on the battlefield is second to none at their tiers. At tier 9 and tier 10, these two are the biggest pain. Okay, we know that they can be wasted really quickly, but look at the burst on this. Look at this. God, this Jaegeroo is in a world of hurt. Fizzy kills him. Look at that. 1,000. Boom. That's an entire clip into a Jaegeroo. The clip is gone, and the Jaegeroo is gone with him. That's a formidable tank. That is a massive TD with massive armor taken out by a tier 9 French light tank. This is why these tanks are unbelievably good. There you go again, another full clip. It's brilliant. Goodbye, IS. I mean, the French light tanks can do this. And, when you can play them like Fizzy's playing them here. Goodbye, Campfire in 70. Oh, no, he only got one into him. When you can play them like Fizzy's playing this one here, and a lot of good players know how to play these tanks, boy, they are formidable. I mean, look at this Grilly. Look at this Grilly. 1, 420. Come on, get the second one in. 2, another 400 roll. Okay, now he's on a long reload. But it doesn't matter, because he's got the mobility and the speed to change position really quickly. And that's the trick with these lights. Don't forget, in a tier 10 game, he's going to be facing off against E100s, IS4s, IS7s. They cannot effectively target him at distance because their turret turn is too slow. And his speed is outrageous. He's already taken 3 kills. He's dished out over 3,500 damage. And he's still being a right pain in the butt. And look at that. He plonks one in and he legs it. He knows that, okay, he's going to get a shot, somebody's going to take a shot into him, but it doesn't matter because the reload's not going to help. His speed's absolutely his benefit. He knows the tank's coming for him. What's he going to do? He's got a full clip loaded. If he unloads that full clip, that tank is gone. Simple fact of life. Tank's fired 1, Second round in. Here comes the clip. Full clip. Tank's gone. Kill number 4. 4,000 damage. I mean, wow. And now it's light against light. But that's the BC25T AP's bigger brother, the Bat Chat at tier 10 in the Musketeer camouflage. That is a formidable target. Look at this. Fizzy gets an engine fire and then the game's over. 5,155 damage. 4 kills. Boy, what a fantastic game that is. And what a way to play the BC25 AP. And I'd really like to thank Fizzy11 of Spawn for kindly sharing that replay with us. Because, guys, that's a masterclass in playing that tank. It really, really is. Last up, this is Shad 786 of the clan J4F. Rolling out in my favorite tier 10 TD. The Jagdpanzer E100, the Jaegeroo on the EU server. I love this tank. I absolutely love this tank. If you give me this tank or the Death Star, I will take this tank every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Why? Because that gun is, in my opinion, only slightly less effective than the Death Star. But the dispersion is better, the aim time is better, the load time is better, and it's got armor. You can be aggressive in this thing. I mean, it is a beast of a TD. And people who don't like this and prefer the Death Star, or they're just grinding the Death Star, and not even thinking about this, are just daft in my opinion. This is a fantastic TD. It really, really is. And as I said, I think this is better than that Death Star type thingy that everybody raves on about. And now I'm going to give you some facts as to why I think that. With each basic HE round, the Death Star's DPM is 4,211 with a damage output of 1,300. The Jaegeroo has a damage output of 1,200 but a DPM of 4,812. Now you stick the heat in, it's got damage of 680 with 2,727. You put the Hesh in, okay, your damage output is still 1,300, and that's the big difference. But that's premium ammo. Your penetration is better and you can knock stuff out. Put the AP in, however, DPM on this thing is 3,208. You stick the AP on the Death Star, it's 3,012. Damage on the Jaegeroo is 800, Death Star it's 930. There ain't much in it, guys. And as you can see here, Shad has already dished out over 3,000, and unlike a Death Star, has bounced close to 2,000. This is why I prefer this tank. I am quite happily... Oh, look at that for an ammo rack. Everybody loves an ammo rack, especially when it's on IF7. 4,300 damage. Woohoo! As I was saying, I prefer this tank to the Death Star, and I will gladly sacrifice that 100 damage every day of the week for the hit points and the armor this thing has got compared to the DS. But that's just my opinion. And when you can play it like this, boy, you can have some fun. Okay, he's lost a bit of armor, but, you know, he's done 4,300 odd damage. Hello, Jaeger Tiger. Hello, Jag Tiger. Just stick a 500 into your nose. That's not a problem. You're just going to hang there. I'm going to try and stick another one into your nose. Go on. No, no. He rolls back. That's so annoying. He's still on 4,000. But look, he's now bounced close to 2,500. This is an effective tank, guys. And my advice, if you're going to grind any TD line at tier 10, I'd grind this or the Foch, realistically. Well, I'd grind this, actually. Don't get me wrong. Oh, look at that. 5,500 damage. 3 kills. 2,420 bounced. Yeah, 5,589 damage. A well-deserved mastery. And I'd like to thank Shad786 for kindly supplying the replay. In fact, I'd like to thank everybody who kindly supplied their replays this week. That goes out to Fizzy11 of Spawn, Mark Collins of Grave, OskarKruger of PC101, and the Silent One Reborn of Lager, and of course Shad 786 of J4F. Thanks guys for sending in your replays. You all deserve those masteries, and it's been a pleasure to watch you play. Guys, if you've got some decent replays, aces, or just funny moments, or anything you really want us to see, send them to the usual address, fujitsblitz@gmail.com. Press like, press subscribe, please press subscribe, and until the next time, stay safe out there, have fun on the battlefield, and happy tanking, because that's what it's all about, fun and happiness.